What if everything we think we know about sin is wrong? We often see it as a list of rules. Don't do this, don't say that. It's like a system of cosmic accounting where our mistakes are tallied up, but what if sin is something deeper, something more fundamental to our existence? Not just an action we commit, but a force that actually lives within us. A hidden current that pulls at our decisions, our thoughts, and honestly, even our best intentions. It's a mystery that's puzzled humanity for millennia, a question that really goes to the very heart of who we are. This is not a sermon. It's an investigation into a force that shapes our world in ways we rarely acknowledge. This force is not simply about breaking a commandment, it's more subtle. It's the reason why we break the rule in the first place. Consider the feeling of envy, the sharp sting of resentment, or the quiet whisper of greed. These aren't just fleeting emotions, they're symptoms of a deeper condition, a state of being that's just slightly off kilter. The Apostle Paul wrote about this struggle in a letter to the Romans. He said, "For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing." He was describing a power that seemed to operate against his own will, a conflict deep within his own nature. And he went even further, making a pretty startling claim. It is no longer I who do it, but sin living in me. This is a radical idea. It reframes sin not as a choice we make in a single moment, but as an occupying force, a squatter in the house of our soul. It suggests that our struggles are not merely against our own weaknesses, but against an entity that's taken root inside of us. This internal power influences our desires and honestly blinds us to the truth. It makes us strangers to ourselves, pushing us in directions we would not consciously choose to go. This journey requires us to look past the surface. So our investigation begins here, at the first gate of understanding. We really have to set aside our preconceived notions of right and wrong, of religious dogma and simple morality. We're not looking for a list of forbidden acts. We're searching for the source code of human error. We're exploring the possibility that sin is a fundamental law of our current human condition, like gravity. It's always there, always pulling, whether we're aware of it or not. To truly understand ourselves, we must first understand this hidden force that quietly directs so much of our lives from behind the scenes. The second gate we must pass through is the gate of justification. This is where sin becomes truly masterful at hiding. It cloaks itself in logic and reason. We tell ourselves stories to make our actions seem right, or at least, not so wrong. I had no choice, they deserved it, it's for the greater good. These are the narratives we construct to quiet our conscience. This act of justification is a subtle form of deception, but the person we are deceiving most is ourselves. We build a fortress of excuses around our actions, making it nearly impossible for the truth to get in. This is sin working not through passion but through intellect. Then we arrive at a place that seems even more secure, our good deeds. This is the gate of pride and virtue. Can sin hide in our charity, in our kindness? Absolutely. When we do something good, a quiet voice might whisper, "Look at how good you are. You are better than others." This is the sin of pride, and honestly, it is perhaps the most dangerous of all. It takes our best actions and corrupts them from the inside out. It turns an act of selflessness into an act of self-aggrandizement. The good deed is done, but its purpose becomes twisted. It's no longer about helping another, but about elevating ourselves. This is where sin's true genius is revealed. It does not only thrive in our darkness, but it also finds a way to feed on our light. It can take our noble intentions and use them for its own purposes. We might become so focused on our own righteousness that we become blind to the needs of others. We become judgmental, critical, and unforgiving, all while believing we are walking a righteous path. We're so busy admiring our own halo that we fail to see the shadows it casts. This is the ultimate deception, to be lost while believing you are found. The investigation deepens. We see that sin is not just about the big, obvious mistakes. It's also in the small, quiet justifications we make every day. It's in the pride we take in our own goodness. It's a chameleon, changing its colors to blend in with our surroundings, whether those surroundings are dark or light. It can wear the mask of a villain or the mask of a hero. To see it clearly, we must be willing to question not only our faults but also our virtues. Only then can we begin to understand the true scope of its influence on our lives. Now we approach a more ancient and mysterious gate. The gate of inherited sin. This idea is woven into the very fabric of human history. Many traditions tell a story of a beginning, a time of innocence that was lost. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden is one powerful example. They were given a single command, a simple boundary, but they crossed it. This was not just a simple act of disobedience, it was a fundamental shift in the human operating system. It was the moment that sin, as a force, entered the human story and became part of our nature. Before this moment, the story goes, humanity was in harmony with its creator. But after, a separation occurred, a disconnect. Adam and Eve hid, ashamed. They blamed each other. The very first sin was immediately followed by justification and fear. This story tells us that sin is not something we invent anew with each generation. Instead, it is something we are born into, a condition we inherit. It's like being born into a family with a history of a specific disease. We did not choose it, but we carry the predisposition for it within our very DNA. This explains why history seems to repeat itself. Why every generation, no matter how advanced, grapples with the same issues of war, greed, and betrayal. It's because we all share the same flawed source code. We build new civilizations and technologies, but the human heart remains a battleground. This is the sin that lives within us, the force Paul described. It is the default setting of our nature. We do not have to learn how to be selfish or proud. These things come to us naturally. We must be taught how to be selfless, how to be humble, how to love. Understanding this inherited condition is not about placing blame. It's not about feeling guilty for something Adam did thousands of years ago. It's about diagnosis. If you want to fix a problem, you must first understand its root cause. Realizing that sin is an inherited part of our nature is a crucial step. It helps us see that this is not just an individual problem, but a collective human condition. It connects us all in a shared struggle. We are all in the same boat, navigating the same stormy seas, pulled by the same hidden currents. The final gate on our journey is not a gate of darkness, but a gate of light. It is the gate of truth. So, why does any of this matter? Why investigate the nature of sin if you are not religious? Because understanding this force is essential for understanding yourself and the world around you. It's about recognizing the hidden architecture of human behavior. It's about seeing the patterns that shape our history, our societies, and our own personal lives. Denying the existence of this force is like trying to navigate the ocean without acknowledging the currents. You'll be moved, whether you believe in them or not. This knowledge changes everything. Once you see sin not as a list of rules but as an internal force, you begin to see the world differently. You develop a greater sense of compassion for others, recognizing that they are in the same struggle as you. You become less judgmental and more forgiving. You also become more honest with yourself. You stop making excuses and justifications for your actions. You start to see the subtle influence of pride and selfishness in places you never noticed before. It's a humbling experience, but it's also liberating. This truth is the beginning of real change. You cannot fight an enemy you do not know exists. By bringing this hidden force out of the shadows and into the light of our awareness, we take away its power. We can begin to consciously choose a different path. We can learn to recognize its pull and resist it. This is not about achieving perfection. It's about engaging in the struggle with open eyes. It's about the daily effort to act with love, humility, and honesty, even when our nature pulls us in the opposite direction. And so, our investigation concludes, but the journey has just begun. The truth about sin is not meant to condemn us, but to awaken us. It's a key that unlocks a deeper understanding of the human condition. It reveals the profound and often invisible battle being waged within every human heart. To see this truth is to see yourself and everyone around you with new eyes. It's a perspective shift so fundamental, so complete, that once you have seen it, you can never go back to the way things were. The world will never look the same again.